Hello and welcome to Small Cap Nation. I'm Jane King at the NASDAQ market site in Times Square. And with me today, Bill Santana-Lee, the chairman and CEO of Knightscope, and also Stacy Stevens, the vice president of marketing and sales for Knightscope. So let's start with just tell me about the company. What's your mission at Knightscope?
Well, first, thanks for having us.
Sure.
Really excited to be here. Knightscope's long-term mission is to be able to predict and prevent crime. So if you add up all the negative economic impact of crime on the U.S. annually, it's literally over $1 trillion. And what we're developing is a set of technologies of hardware plus software plus humans that over the long term we hope to be able to literally cut it in half.
Okay. Now this would not replace security guards, but would be a supplement to current security systems we have in place?
Yeah, Stacy will get into it, but imagine a security guard to literally have the capabilities of the technology at their fingertips for them to be able to do their jobs much more effectively. We have 1 million private security guards patrolling our own soil here, as well as a million law enforcement professionals, and it's high time that we give them a new set of tools for them to be able to kind of operate in this more volatile environment that we're in these days.
Sure. The world's changed a lot over the past 15, 20 years or so. So Stacy, let's get to the flagship product. So we've got 2 robots here.
We do.
I guess let's start with, what are the differences? Tell me about each one.
Sure. So to my immediate left, we have the K3.
Okay.
K3 is the indoor version of our robot, and then we have the K5, much taller, a little bit wider, meant for outdoor environments. Obviously, the outdoor environment, you need something a little bit larger, a little bit more obvious, and conspicuous, so that people see it when they come on the property. Something indoors, you need something a little bit more maneuverable and able to go down hallways with people in the area as well.
Now, where might I see these?
You're going to see them in many different places. So think of them in corporate campuses, shopping centers, arenas, hospitals, airports, seaports, anywhere where you would deploy a physical security guard, you could deploy one of the robots. And maybe the best way to explain it is when I was a police officer, there was only so much real estate on my body that I could carry technology, but I always had my smartphone with me. So being able to access all of the sensors from a piece of technology that's remote, right in the palm of my hand, is priceless.
And they do some pretty cool stuff in terms of
do.
detection of technology. I mean, just give me the pitch here about everything that these bots can do.
Sure. So first of all, they're completely autonomous. So they have to be able to manipulate and run around in a very complex environment with people, vehicles. So they navigate through the world just like a human being would. They have numerous different sensors that help them to look through their environment. So LiDAR, sonar, GPS, inertial measurement unit, all of those things help it to navigate. Then on top of that, you have the sensor set. So 360-degree video, thermal imaging camera, people detection, license plate recognition, signal detection. All of these things are going to help improve situational awareness for somebody who's in public safety.
Okay, so Bill was telling me about they might be able to detect if somebody, for example, has 4 mobile phones on their person.
Correct.
Or a mobile phone that hasn't moved in a while that a person couldn't tell, but a robot could tell that. How could that help us in our
So
lives?
if you think about a data center, for example, they are very, very strict about who comes into that area. So you have a typical set of people who come in the area and a known set of devices that are going to be coming into that area. If you have somebody whose cell phone was either left behind or is sitting there for a long period of time, high probability something's wrong. Either somebody lost that phone or maybe something nefarious is taking place. If all of a sudden somebody comes in with multiple phones on their person, high indication of potential corporate espionage. So somebody from a corporate standpoint may want to know about that very quickly.
So say it detects something suspicious, then what happens?
Immediately you get an alert back at a security operations center or even in your mobile device. Those alerts then you can look at the video associated with it, you can look at the data that came out of the machine immediately and be able to determine, do I need to send a physical person there, a human being there to take action, or is it something more benign? But it gives them an additional tool in their arsenal to be able to look at and say, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah, and Bill, these are cost effective for a company to use in supplementing their typical security that they have now.
Absolutely. We have some clients that spend $50, $100, $150 million a year on security, and we offer this on a machine as a service business model at $7 an hour, which includes the machine, all the technologies that Stacy alluded to in terms of the apps and the user interface, all the maintenance, service, upgrades, everything, all included. So it's a very cost-effective solution to better enhance security profile.
So let's talk about just the macro environment we see globally, and you can both weigh in on this. I mean, we've seen shootings, there's been explosions globally. I mean, is this the kind of thing that could help prevent some of those situations.
Absolutely. I mean, I think there's an opportunity here for us to literally address the ongoing violence, ongoing mass shootings, ongoing terrorist risk throughout the entire system with a whole new game-changing set of technologies. And one day, when we have the opportunity to do that, imagine we're able to cut crime in a particular city by 50%. I can assure you that every single mayor across the planet is going to be calling us once we deliver that promise.
Absolutely. Okay. Stacey, anything else you want to weigh in on this?
You know, from a law enforcement standpoint, one of the most important things is situational awareness. So if you can enhance that and increase the amount of actionable intelligence that you have, give the officers and the security guards that information in real time, you're going to save lives. So we've all heard it, it's been all over the media, all the ambushes that you have and everything else. So if you can improve that awareness and improve the overall sight picture of exactly what's happening in any given situation, it's going to save lives.
And you are currently pursuing a Reg A offering, a mini-IPO is the new term. What is the process there? Tell me where that stands.
Well, it's kind of funny. We're here at NASDAQ. There's all this technology here, and over the last several decades, 98+% of the population could never actually invest in a Silicon Valley startup because there's all kinds of new, older regulatory frameworks. Now with the Jobs Act passed, you can literally go onto Knightscope.com, hit the invest button, and buy preferred shares in Knightscope as we grow the company.
Fascinating, and just interesting to see the technology and how it could really improve lives for future generations. So thank you so much for coming and sharing the story of Knightscope with us. And thank you as well for joining us on Small Cap Nation. For more interesting companies doing some interesting things, you can go to smallcapnation.com. I'm Jane King at the NASDAQ. Have a great day.